Coach, the offense obviously wasn't flowing in your guys' favor tonight, but would this game kind of be an example of controlling what you can control? The defensive performance, you guys held Dallas to 87 points, just 12 in the fourth quarter. Did you like what you saw from your group on that end of the floor?
Yeah, I mean, neither team was particularly good offensively tonight, and they were just a little better. But yeah, I thought, defensively, we forced them into jump shots. We contested a large amount of those. I thought we rebounded well in the second half, and gave ourselves a chance to get out on the break a little bit. But, obviously 78 is not good enough to win. And I think some of that was controllable and some of that wasn't. But at the end of the day, we just didn't have enough punch offensively to win the game tonight.
Steve McGehee, News 9.
Mark, this team is so used to playing every other night, sometimes every night. You had that 3-day break going into tonight's game here. Did the team maybe get out of game rhythm at all? Is that an excuse, or maybe it's just a case of the shots that normally make just wouldn't fall tonight?
Yeah, I mean, hard to tell, possibly. But, I thought we were ready to play. I thought we had good energy, on the defensive end of the floor. So, if we were just lethargic on both ends, then maybe that would be the case. But I think it was just more of a bad offensive night for us. And credit them, they did a good job of forcing into some uncomfortable situations. But I thought with the way we defended and rebounded and the energy we brought to a lot of possessions, thought we were ready to play, just didn't have our best night offensively.
Joe Masato, The Oklahoman.
Mark, neither team had many transition opportunities tonight, and it felt like a very slow game. What did you see that may have contributed to that?
Well, I mean, they're 5 around the perimeter on a lot of plays, and they shot a lot of threes tonight, as did we, which makes floor balance easier. It's easier to get back in those situations. I mean, we certainly would like to run, and I thought we tried to push it and run. There were some plays where I thought we drove it hard and then got hung up in the paint, and those were transition opportunities that we just didn't necessarily get a shot on. But it was slow paced. It was a half court game. And required execution. And I thought both teams played pretty well defensively, and neither team was, great offensively tonight, to be honest.
Barry Trammell, The Oklahoman.
Yeah, Mark, in the same way that some teams sort of can catch fire, one guy gets hot and everybody all of a sudden thinks they can make it. Can the same thing happen in a negative sense? I mean, you guys didn't just miss shots, you missed bunch of shots badly that you usually don't shoot like that, even if the ball doesn't go down tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's the trap of reacting to one game and one night. We'll evaluate kind of what we could control tonight. I would imagine, just watching it live, that there were some possessions where we could have been sharper offensively and generated a better shot, and then there's probably a lot of possessions also where we got good looks that we just didn't make tonight. But we always try to just evaluate the game afterwards on the film and really focus on the stuff that's controllable and pour that into our preparation in the next game. And we'll do that again tomorrow. But I don't disagree with you. That I think that does happen sometimes when you're kind of out of rhythm as a team. It can have a little bit of a snowball effect, but that's when we have to pull together and bond together and work through it together. And that's the lesson that we can take from a game like tonight.
Nick Gallo, Thunder Broadcasting.
Mark, you've talked about how sometimes moments or stretches or even individual plays can be signs of a step forward for a player. Just what did you think of that hard physical drive by Darius in the third quarter, scored right through Maxi Kleber, and he had a chance for a big rebounding night too. Just your thoughts on his physicality.
Yeah, I think he's had a nice run of games here. And, if you're just attached to the box score, you wouldn't necessarily notice it. But if you evaluate Darius's possessions over the last, probably 5 games, his energy's been really good and pretty consistent. And I thought, it was a great drive, obviously, but I thought he had some big time rebounds in the second half in front of our bench where he just kind of went up in the air and ripped the ball in a crowd. And that's, progress for him. And, I think he's strung together some pretty consistent play on the stuff that he can control. And he's got to just continue that, tomorrow and into the break.